No.
Oh no. So was you able to watch it today?
Negative. Well, yeah, I guess.
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought
I got
I thought
2
you
hours
watched the
away.
roast.
Yeah, I got 2 hours in.
That's crazy. 3 hours long, man. That's
Yeah,
pretty.
dude.
That's a stretch. Tom Brady, the goat.
Oh, it was definitely long, bro.
Yeah.
I tell you what, is like literally, honestly, the best roast I've ever seen, and I'm only 2 hours in. I got 1 more hour left. I haven't even heard Tom Brady's like his part of the roast yet. He hasn't even gone.
Now you saying that just because the tuck rule
No, that wasn't even
is that
brought
what
up.
you're implying?
That wasn't
You
even
know,
brought up.
he's a part owner of the Raiders now.
Not yet. Not yet. NFL's still debating on
Well,
how they're going to
what
handle
is
all
he?
that.
What is he? What's he up to then? What's he doing? I thought he was in the organization.
He's been a consultant for MD Mark Davis, but he's
Okay.
still trying to get his small part in the of the Raiders. The holdup is how much, like the amount of money that he's going to put on the Raiders.
Got you.
So Mark was trying to give him basically a big discount, I guess, and I guess NFL owners was like, "Nah, that's not how this works." So
Okay.
he's got to pony up the cash now.
Think he's gonna do it?
Oh yeah, he'll be part owner eventually. The thing about it is, though, if he becomes part owner, he won't be able to play.
You sure about that, Jackie Moon?
It would take, I think, I read a report. It would take 26 owners to vote yeah for him to play as a part owner. And do you really think 26 owners are going to want him back in the league?
I would love to. I mean, no. To answer your question, no. But it'd be pretty cool to see if they're like, yeah, one more, Tom, and like you just see Tom, old as hell, double knee braced, all the pads built like Cam Newton, shin guards, and yeah, it looks pretty rough, but it'd be funny as hell.
Hey,
It'd be pretty
Ron,
good.
Ron Burgundy made an appearance and said he doesn't know what's going to happen next in Brady's life. Probably play for the Raiders in the playoffs. Could happen. Take us to the Super Bowl.
Hey, crazier things have happened. Well, actually, no, but that would be the craziest thing in history.
Could you imagine if that's how he gets his 8th Super Bowl ring?
Oh, yeah, that'd be a huge what if. You know, again, we want to talk. We talked about this a long time ago. This is kind of off topic, but it's kind of it fits the main part of our show today. But the story we talked about with the what if before he being Tom Brady made himself a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. We thought he'd be another pirate. Am I right, Kyle?
Yeah, well, according to Dana White, he had the whole contract worked out, negotiated for Tom. I don't know how he does that when he's not an owner, but Dana White claims he had the whole thing worked out for Brady and Gronk to come to the Raiders. And then that's when the speculation, I don't know if you remember, but he was on a podcast and he's like, "You're really sticking with that motherfucker instead of me."
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah.
The speculation was he was talking about Derek Carr.
I remember that. Yeah, that was alarming, but obviously very obvious too. What could have been? All he needed was a Josh Jacobs, man. I mean, hell, he won one with Sony Michel. Sony Michel is great, but the point is that he's not Josh Jacobs, Jingleheimer Schmidt. His name is my name too. But
dude, that team would have been nasty. Like that would have John Gruden though to say that he doesn't want Tom Brady and he's sticking with Derek Carr. He's the one that shut it down. Like Mark Davis was good with it. From what I understand, like literally
Wow.
the contract was done, and it was like Brady was looking at houses and shit in Vegas, and John's like, "Nah, I don't want Brady."
And man, thing is that with that happening to Derek Carr, like regardless of what happened, like whether it did or didn't happen, they talked about it. They negotiated it to a point. Like that had to hurt Derek Carr. And I always want to say David. I was watching NFL Network, obviously, and his brother's on there. But yeah, regardless of it almost happening, it still affected Derek Carr, right? Like again, best case scenario is that Gruden head coach is pulling for you, and he just picked you over Tom Brady. No matter how wrong that is, that's a confidence booster there. But that's just the strange thing about it. You think they would kind of be a little more successful than when they were in that stint. But of course, by the time they got any head of steam, that's when the whole situation happened with the Commander organization, previous organization, and it's a bummer. That
Think
it's
about
really
that.
hard to
Though.
get going.
We were on a roll that year when all that shit came out about Gruden. And then
no, you guys were tough.
And then we got beat down in Los Angeles by the Chargers, and then a week later Gruden's gone. Like we were on a roll there for a period of time, and then we got back on a roll with Coach B, and we made the playoffs. We had to win the final 5 games. We won the final 5 games, and we damn near beat the AFC champions that year, the Bengals.
Yeah,
like we were within 10 yards, I believe. I think it was 10 yards of scoring the game-winning touchdown.
It boiled down to an inverted whistle, man. I'll never forget that. That when people, some of us don't know, didn't know what happened, and the moment it happened, I remember when I first ever witnessed an inverted whistle, and yeah, that was exactly what happened. And they're like, "Hey, but the play counted." Our inverted whistle, the play was dead, even though it was a touchdown. And
bro,
yeah,
that's what they had a rules analyst talking about that, saying the play shouldn't have counted because the inverted whistle. But it is what it is. I mean, it is what it is. We ended up losing that game. Bengals had a good year. I mean, you can't discredit that year because they looked good the whole year. They made it to the Super Bowl, and they should have won the Super Bowl, but fate, football god said it was Matthew Stafford time.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. And hey, who knows how it would have panned out? A Raider Ram, LA versus XLA, X Oakland. That would have been
and that was in LA.
Wild one.
Could you imagine how many Raider fans would have been there?
Oh, Tupac would have been crawling out of the ground, man.
Dude, Ice Cube would have made an appearance. Dr. Dre
he was there. He was part of the. He was part of the halftime show. It was him, Eminem,
no, Ice Cube was not part. No, it was
Ice Cube. My bad.
Yeah, but
for some reason, when you said Ice Cube, I heard Snoop Dogg. I don't know. And I was like, oh, he was there.
No,
it's like I was ready for it, but yeah, Ice Cube should have been there.
I agree. Ice Cube should have been there.
Should have been there. Trying to get old TikTok set up here. For some reason, it's not reading a window. It's not finding us a window. But I should have. I apologize. I should have just. Yeah. So, got a couple more for you here, Kyle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Just the very best.
So that week off, you've been working overtime.
What's that?
You've been working overtime with these sound bites, huh?
Oh no, I went crazy. I went absolutely crazy.
All right.
Yeah, baby.
You got a big week coming up.
Yeah. I'm staying hydrated. That's all I gotta say. Yeah. I gotta be on my best behavior. I need to make it back in one piece.
Yeah. How about you don't miss your flight this time?
Yeah, that too. Well, luckily, we're all going in one group to the airport on the way back. So I think mine's really late, but I'll just hang out at the terminal all day. I can't miss my flight if I sit there all day.
No, you can't unless you fall asleep.
Yeah, but terribly enough, my flight is like at 9:15 or some shit, and so yeah, gotta be able to at least stay focused within the hour. Or maybe set a couple alarms.
What time does everybody else leave?
I'm not sure. I'm assuming before, but there's been a couple changes. I'm just along for the ride. I just gotta make sure that I'm in certain places at certain times. That's all I need to do.
How many
That's what I'm worried
strippers?
about.
How many strippers you guys bringing back to the place for Seth?
2,500. No,
25.
as many as we can for Hartman, honestly. But that's the game plan, man. Just heck, just have a good time. I heard there's like a real old bar where Elvis used to perform at, so I'm gonna try to go to that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Again, good old Fort Lauderdale, man. My God.
Yeah. Should be fun for you guys. Last hoorah for Seth before he gets the ball and chain.
Yeah, it gets tied down. Hey,
Yeah.
I get it. Gotta
Yeah,
live
I
it.
do.
No, yeah, but we're gonna set him off straight. We're gonna have a good time. We made a hell of a playlist, so we're gonna have a good time.
There you go.
We're gonna have a real good time. Yeah, we've got a hell of a show today. I'm pretty excited, Kyle. Got a new and improved system. I know we did our test run for the first round of the NFL draft, and before we get into it, man, how well did you watch all 3 days?
I watched part of them. I didn't watch like completely. I just kept up with the Raiders picks. Anytime they were getting ready to get close,
Yeah.
I turned it on. But that's about all I did. First day, obviously. How crazy is that? We debuted a brand new system, like
Man.
six. I don't even know. Maybe 16 hours after we got it.
Yeah, one thing I gotta say about that is,
I don't know. I thought it worked out all right.
yeah, but it felt like we were,
Legs.
I felt like we had some new legs. So
Oh.
tested them out. Glad we went through our test run here, and we're gonna be doing. Heck, this is 2K, 4K, 2.0. Can we have too many numbers in our?
No, I don't think it's possible.
You're right. But here we are. This is 2K, 4K. I'm 2K Kyle. This is a 4K Jones alongside me as always. I'm gonna. If you want to, we could start the intro and get it rolling here. But we are live. I want to let everybody know we are live as hell everywhere but TikTok. And yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we get there, but it doesn't matter.
Oh, TikTok's going to go bye-bye soon anyway. So
I think that's what's happening on my computer right now, Kyle. I'm not gonna lie to you. It is kind of a bummer, but it is what it is. It's not a big deal. And yeah, we'll get it rolling, man. But
before we do that, did
Sure.
you see Kevin almost shit himself when we put him up by, like when we just blacked? I basically took us off camera and just left.
Oh
Kevin
my
by
God.
himself.
oh, dude, when I saw that, I was like, oh shit, no.
Kevin's face was priceless.
Oh, it was it was definitely pretty good. I when I realized what was going on because I was snacking. That's a long. I'll tell you right now, man. Who would have thought we got to train for that next year, Kyle? I'm telling you, it was a tough 3-hour swing, but we'll try to do something like that, a hybrid version of that next year. But that was insane.
That was the quickest draft in history.
Really, still
Yeah.
3 hours.
Yeah, but
Yeah, it's still 3 hours, but it was again fun draft, great time. Heck, I'm shocked at a handful of picks, but we'll get into that. Not gonna
yeah, we'll get that.
get in too much here, but yeah, let's
roll it.
let's get this intro in here and let's get some headlines. Two game 4K. 2K 4K. 4K. 2K 4K. 2K 4K. 2K 4K. 2K 4K. Wow! 2K 4K. 2K 4K. 2K 4K.
2K, 4K.
That's right, everybody. This is the 2K 4K podcast, the one and only, baby. I'm 2K Kyle, and alongside me, as always, the one and only 4K Jones. Kyle, brother, good day, sir.
Oh, great day.
Oh,
Even
fantastic day.
even for Monday, it's a great day. You know why it's a great day?
What's that?
Because everyone's watching our 2K 4K podcast.
Absolutely. Thank
forget-
you for tuning in live, everybody.
Yep. If you're on YouTube, send us comments. We'll get to them anywhere, really. But YouTube works better for comments because they pop right out for us.
Oh, I think a few extra do as well. I think actually anyone commenting on any platform ends up in that bar. We're again, we
We're
got
learning.
yeah, we got some new legs here, guys. We got where are we at? Oh, we're gonna find you.
legs.
We got new legs, guys. So we're working there, and we'll get to you in the comments. But please feel free, give your questions, comments, concerns. Tune in live, baby. We can also be found on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. But yeah, here we are, Kyle. 2K 4K 2.0, baby. I love it. And let's get right into it, man.
Before we do that, I have one thing with this new platform.
What you got?
I want better fucking execution.
Yeah, yes. Yes. That's what we're here for, and that's what we're gonna do. Better execution. All right. But yeah. So we're gonna get this rolling here. You know what? Hey, there we go. That's what I like to see. But as everybody knows, we did a live stream of the NFL draft first round here, and we're gonna do a quick recap. Honestly, it was like what Kyle mentioned there a moment ago. It was the quickest draft in history, which it was pretty quick. It was pretty quick, not gonna lie. It was it moved right along, and the endurance talking the entire time. That was nuts for me, but still a lot of fun. Did you have fun, Kyle? Were you surprised at all? I know I want to break down a couple of the wild picks or signings. I'm sorry, and then the the obvious choices went going where, whoever. But we could talk about our teams later. But yeah, was you surprised about anything? Were you shocked at all the first?
Yeah, big surprise that you pay a quarterback as much as the Falcons did for Kirk Cousins, and then don't even tell him, hey, we're going to pick your successor, Michael Penix Jr., and take him 8 overall. I didn't expect Falcons to take him. When we did our mock drafts, I thought they might take like a guy like Drake May just because he fell, but I didn't expect them to take a guy like Michael Penix. And it's not saying Drake May is better than Michael Penix. I just thought if you want a guy to learn behind Kirk Cousins, it would probably be someone like a Drake May build of a quarterback. That's just my opinion.
Kyle, in all reality, man, I can't agree. I agree with you totally. But the one number that matters to me, it's not even analytic. All right, it's his age. All right, Michael Penix, great player. It's terrible that totally worth a 10th overall pick or top 8 pick, top 10 pick. But he's going to go sit behind Kirk Cousins. Yeah, Kirk Cousins can get hurt. He just came back with Achilles. He's still a question mark, but he's likely going to play. He's likely going to start. You can't tell me you anticipate this guy this year after you sign Kirk Cousins for all this money. But, of course, we got this post here. Funny how things work out. I told Seth, I think I told you, Kyle, Falcons love left-handed black quarterbacks. They just do, okay? And this is a great graphic right here. Second time the Falcons have drafted a left-handed QB named Michael in the first round while having a 35-year-old veteran quarterback. Now, of course, to my knowledge, I'm pretty sure Chris Chandler played there a couple of years, but this is Kirk Cousins' first year with Atlanta. But still, we're looking at the numbers here, Kyle. Looks about the same, brother. Looks about the same. I mean, everything I'd say outside the names.
Yeah, it does look the same. It does.
Are we about to get a rookie of the year? Like Michael Vick? Is that what they're saying here?
I don't think that's going to happen. But let's play this game. You've already called out his age. If Kirk Cousins comes in and performs like we think he will after the Achilles injury, and he's there for 2 years, well, then Michael Penix was 26. But if Kirk Cousins plays well enough and he's there for the full 4 years, then we're already talking about a guy that's not been on the field besides maybe preseason and maybe a couple snaps here and there, and he's going to be 28 years old.
Yeah, 28.
I mean, yeah, like to me, I don't understand. I just don't understand the logic behind it.
No.
I mean, the only other thing I can think of is they are expected to lose picks as soon as next year. So maybe they're just trying to get on, ahead of the game and get their quarterback of the future. But I don't agree with it. Don't like it.
I mean, I don't. Again, you sign Kirk Cousins for 4 years. It's one thing if the Steelers did this, like they signed Russell Wilson for 1 year. This is prior to doing Justin Fields trade for him. They had a top 8 pick. If you want to get your guy, go get him. One, don't get the guy that's already going to be 28 by the time the contract of the dude's over. Okay, that's wrong. But Russell Wilson's only signed for a year. That would make more sense. Wouldn't be a smart move overall. It's not. Again, this is I'd say the biggest shock of the draft. That was the biggest shock of the draft, without a doubt, especially first round. And poor Michael Penix, totally worth the pick, totally worth it, but went to a team that, I mean, already has, etched in starter, again, 4 years. I mean, yeah, I'm taking Michael Vick if I have Chris Chandler, but I'm pretty sure they had Chris Chandler for a couple of years. That's my understanding. That would make more sense. Obviously you get someone to replace Chris Chandler, and yeah, hey, that's how it goes, brother. That's how it goes.
Yeah,
Kirk.
But the report came out that he chose to leave Minnesota because they told him that they want to draft his successor. So then he goes to the Falcons and they do the same thing, but they don't even at least Minnesota had the balls to tell him. Atlanta didn't even tell him.
No. Very true. Very true. That Minnesota, they're competitive, and they have a pretty well ran organization, it seems like. So I appreciate them for that. But another draft comparison. This is for WTF stats, and RG3 and Jaden Daniels both number 2 overall, and we can see here basically everything is virtually identical. But for me, I'm still surprised. The biggest surprise for me, we talked about it, we anticipated it. You guys made a shot for number 2 overall, and Commanders said nay, and they wanted their guy. They went after Jaden Daniels, Heisman Trophy winner, LSU. You guys were close, Kyle.
Yeah, the thing I will say, Jaden, just put in your 5 years there and then come to the dark side. Don't resign with that.
Hopefully you guys stay consistent to keep AP. Maybe that'll happen. AP can go on a Jack Del Rio run and still do well. Like that. That's a good. It's definitely not entirely satisfying, but it's a job well done compared to how it's been. That should be his floor, I think, is Del Rio.
Yeah, I mean, if he goes 12-5, or because Del Rio's best years when we went 12-4, so if he goes 12-5, I'll be thrilled.
Yeah, no, that'd be pretty nice for you guys. But yeah, heck, so a couple of moves here real quick that will happen across football. Got a couple of Jordan athletes getting signed. Your boy Max Crosby and then
the Condor,
totally deserved. Yeah, totally deserved.
The Condor finally gets some endorsements. Finally.
Yeah. And speaking of endorsements, or I guess lack of endorsements, these are the players that have been denied their 5th-year options. Of course, we just traded for him here, Justin Fields, and then of course, probably the best quarterback class in the last 5 years, right? Justin Fields, Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, Mac Jones, Zaven Collins. That's interesting. A linebacker out of Arizona, and Jamin Davis. I really thought, well, that's a guy Seth or the Peds or Kev try to get because he's a really fast linebacker. So, that's how we play. Got to have speed, Kyle. Got to have speed. Speed kills, and
especially a
that's
linebacker
crazy.
in Madden.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's crazy. Both these guys are getting options declined. Kadarius Toney. I mean, I think we saw that coming, right? And then Caleb Fairley, and maybe this will be a show me year for a new regime here in Tennessee. I'm really I'm excited to see how it pans out here for the new improved quote unquote Tennessee Titans.
I think they got something.
Yeah, another fast guy. I think so too. I like Will Levis. I do. The coffee mayo thing's weird, but I agree with you. I think they got something there. But surprising thing that happened this past, I think early this week or this past weekend, that is, Najee Harris getting his fifth-year option declined. Only player for the last 3 years to get 1,000 yards apiece, and the first Steeler to do it his first 3 seasons. Okay, we're talking about the bus. I don't think he did, but he's of course with the Rams first 4 years of his career, and then Franco Harris. We're talking about a Hall of Famer here. Franco Harris, Najee Harris.
Well,
3 years, back to back to back.
I'm going to pull Kevin. I just don't understand. You guys got a great running back. You got the money. Why aren't we picking up the 5th-year option?
Yeah, it's like I think it was like
you got quarterbacks now too.
It was either less than 8 million or less than 6 million. No, sorry, no, less than 7. Less than 7.
Yeah.
Either less than 8 or less than 7. Either way, if you're
it's
paying,
because you guys got Greg Warren,
Jalen
Warren.
Greg Warren. That's
My
funny.
bad.
I think
Jalen
Greg
Warren. Warren
was a long snapper.
Maybe, but you got Jalen Warren, so that's all you guys need apparently.
Yeah, and Peyton Turner. Obviously, I actually saw this coming. He's just a chess piece on the Saints defense. He was a first-round pick. He's supposed to be a first-round talent, and honestly, he's like too small to be interior, but too big and slow to be
on
an
the
edge.
Yeah,
So he's a tweener, and yeah, that's why he got his 5th option decline. But safety Eric Stokes, and then Dro Tryon Shoyanka, the edge rusher out of Tampa Bay. Heck, let's see how Tampa Bay pans out. Again, Levante David was on NFL Network today, and it's crazy. Do you think he's a Hall of Famer? Do you think Levante David's a Hall of Famer? Got a Super Bowl win him, a couple playoff wins.
If we're looking at that, yeah. Honestly, I look at what they do on the field more than I do because if that's the case, then
he's a tackling machine.
Yeah, but Dan Marino is not a Hall of Famer if you take just the rings in it. So yeah, as far as stats go, I agree that he is a Hall of Famer. I mean, he's a guy that don't ever come off the field either. So
yeah,
he's had a hell of a career, and I think he should be first ballot. I'm not going to go that far, but I think he is a Hall of Famer.
I got you. Yeah, no, I got you there. Heck, let's see what this is. Oh, heck, this is one thing that we'll see right here. This is one thing I could show you that you'll be surprised about, Kyle. Well, this was a post that the Atlanta Falcons have the easiest schedule for this coming season in the NFL, and I wanted you to see.
Well, is you still there?
Terrible view, but if you can, and what's that?
Okay, now I got you.
You got me?
Yeah, you froze for a second.
Okay, sorry. But yeah, no, as you can see on the map here, Kyle, again, the Falcons have the easiest schedule without a doubt, which I don't know how it could be that big of a difference where they fall into the easiest schedule. But if you could see, you guys are sitting at the 24th spot, the strength of schedule, and I believe the Steelers have the hardest schedule in the NFL.
Glad
we don't have Kenny Pickett. Glad we don't have Pickett.
Every year, the Raiders are in the red. Like, every year we start off in the red. And we just try to get back to the green. Like I don't understand the schedule makers. Like, why do they hate us so much?
They just black and gold. They got to be the underdogs, man. They got to be the
I mean, look
You
at the
know.
Chiefs. What number are they? 10, or 12? How the hell do you give the Chiefs the 12th easiest schedule? Like, you don't do that. They're defending
Yeah.
Super Bowl champions. Give them the hardest.
sure.
The,
No, I
the
agree with that.
the Chargers, number 2. Give me a freaking break. They got the elite Justin Herbert. Why are they number 2?
I think the reason why their schedule isn't so hard is, if you think about it, Kyle, who was number 2 in the division last year?
Us.
Okay. You guys, won 4 of your last? Well, what ended up being y'all's record last year?
We were 8-9.
8-9. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So you guys started off sitting around 500, then got hot, and then ended up around 500. Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, that's productive. But again, I was trying to say maybe they have a little bit easier schedule in the division because, surprising they lost the Broncos and you guys. And, well, the Chargers were bad. And like, I think people are going to sleep on the Chargers this year. They're gonna piss some people off. Either that, it's going to be totally down the shit can. It's either two-way go with Harbaugh.
They finally have a good coach. They should be.
Yeah.
They should be competing with the top teams now.
I mean,
whether you like Harbaugh or not, he wins everywhere he goes.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. He got the best winning percentage in the league.
Yeah.
And he's been out of it for 10 years.
Well,
like it's gonna be interesting to see. But yeah, the Falcons, they're gonna come in smelling like shit and walk out smelling like a rose, dude. Especially because they're in the NFC South, and I think that's the reason why.
Regardless,
the Buccaneers are going to be good, but
division.
Big question mark.
Atlanta should win that division, no problem.
Yeah, but I thought this would turn you on here. Actually, if I thought this was a great quote.
When I watched Chris Sims say this, I cringed.
Oh, it's easier to read. Hold on. Easier to read than actually watch the video of it. We're gonna play it anyways because it's the full effect here. It's a kind of a shocker. Oh well, be more of a shock if you can hear it. First thing. I mean, I will say it is funny. I think we talked about this on the previous show, Kyle. I don't know. It could be either that or off air, but for baseball, when you're being recruited, they look at the same shit. They look at the tone and the firmness and the shape of your legs and butt to see if you're an athlete. I'm not shitting you, Kyle.
But in baseball, that's where all the power comes from.
Yeah. But to say it the way Chris Sims does, that had a little flavor to it. I'll tell you, you should be excited about that. You don't have a tight end, you have a tight ass. You know what I'm saying? Sorry.
Listen, I'm very now looking back at it, I was very pissed that we took this because we already had Michael Mayer. But if we're, and a lot of Raider fans on X brought this up, and that's, I read a lot of comments. I mean, they definitely brought up a good point. Usually we don't go best player available. At least this time we did. Usually we're screaming, go best player available, go best player available. And then at least this time we did.
Yeah, well, it's funny you bring that up. Best guy available. So there's a point in time when we do that. And this popped up on my feed today. And I was like, we'll bring this up because this is a pretty special thing here.
Dude,
It's crazy, man.
I
A first
love
round pick on a kicker.
I love Seabass, my guy. That might have been the best. Well, not going to say the best pick, but one of the towards his later years, one of his best picks, Mr. Davis.
Yeah.
He led the Raiders in scoring for a long time. You got to remember that. I mean, and he was our kicker for a long time. And one of that last kick that video showed against Denver, I remember watching that live, and he had a freaking cannon of a leg, man.
No, absolute stud. Again, at one point in time, you guys had the best kicker and punter on Madden,
Yeah.
and it blew my mind.
Yep.
You guys were unstoppable on special teams. But Seabass was a dog. And Shane Leckler. Ain't gonna leave out the punter.
Yep.
Shane Leckler.
Shane Leckler.
Love me some Leckler. But so let's go through a couple crazy signings here. Odell to Miami. He finds another home. Hopefully the hot weather can keep him warm and healthy. But it's gonna be another fun season.
A lot of mouths to feed.
A lot of mouths to feed. Yeah, no, I totally agree. And I think Coach McDaniel figured it out. But my thing is can they beat a team with a winning record? Can they do that? They beat the Cowboys last year. That was it, Kyle.
Yep,
that was it. And you got to do a lot more than that to be a contender. On top of that, I think everybody's favorite wide receiver, Chase Claypool, is now a Buffalo Bill, huh?
top
Same
top
day.
3 wide receiver.
Top 3 wide receiver, Kyle. Absolutely, dude. Where's it at? I don't think I got it in this one, but I got the video somewhere. But it doesn't matter. He's a top 3 wide receiver. But with that being said, one last thing. Another big wide receiver signing. I think this is a good one for you, Kyle. Talk about a good number 3 or 4. Oh, yeah. Jalen Knighton to the Raiders. How about that, Kyle?
We might have the best wide receiver group in the NFL. You got Devontae, you got Jacoby, you got Michael Gallup, and now you got Guyton. Plus, you can also use Brock Bowers in the slot. You can fan him out wide. You can put him at tight end. You got Michael Mayer at tight end. Our receiving corps is going to be nasty this year. Not only that, but we also got some O-line help today. Former 3-time Pro Bowler, Andres Pete from the Saints. Yep.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I like that a lot. That is that's a good move to solidify that line, Kyle. I like it. Zamir White got to like it, right?
Yep, I like where we're going.
Yeah, that's a good one. Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought that was today. It said February 23rd. My God, it didn't say.
I just like watching old Raider stuff. You could have kept it playing.
Yeah, no, I thought today was Fred Biletikoff's birthday. I'm sorry, Fred. Didn't try to age you on purpose. We'll get you next year, February 23rd. How about that? That's my bad.
And how about the biggest signing for the Cowboys?
Oh, I apologize. How could I forget? Yeah.
They're going all in.
Greatest running back in greatest running back in Ohio State history? No.
Yes, that part is true.
Archie Griffin always.
Well, yeah, Archie Griffin. But I'm talking about new generation. Like he was in the playoff era.
I got you. That I respect that.
Yeah.
But no, but Zeke is now a Cowboy, man. Once again. Hey.
Yeah.
He killed the running back. He killed the running back contract.
Is this
him and Lev Bell?
Yeah. Is this the version, like, is this the definition of going all in?
Yeah, no, I'd say I'm very surprised by the lack of moves. Of course, I haven't taken a deep dive, but of course they lost Michael Gallup. They still got Jake Ferguson, tight end. They got CD Lamb, but I think they still got Brandon Cooks. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
C-
Okay.
C-
Well,
CD might not show up though.
you got two
I mean,
wide
he wants a new
receivers.
contract.
So does Dak, and they lost a handful of guys on defense because Dan Quinn, and they didn't sign or re-sign Stephon Gilmore, but they got Theron Bland and Trayvon Diggs. It's just, it's very, very quiet in Dallas, which I'll tell you, really not disappointed about it, but it is odd. It is odd. So
It is
big signing though. Zeke Elliott to the Cowboys.
It might be dangerous. Zeke's going back to 15. Watch out.
It's gonna look really weird watching 15 and blue and white.
Well,
that's just
you also got to think the best.
Who's number 21 right now? Who gave that up? Who's the asshole? How dare they?
Well, but you got to think the best quarterback on the Cowboys roster gave the number 15 up. Trey Lance.
That's right. How can I forget? With his fifth year option declined. That's
He just hasn't had enough reps. He hasn't had a roster that can compete.
My God. Yeah, that's exactly it. Just haven't had enough reps.
Yeah, he just hasn't.
Yeah.
Shout out Kevin.
Okay. Yeah, shout out Kev. But as we get through this show here, before we get into our final thing, we got to do a quick wrap up of the Steelers and the Raiders. How do we feel about their draft? I know you talked about Brock Bowers there, but how do you feel overall? Because you got a good center in second round, man. Probably the best center in the draft, some say.
I'm fired up about that.
You should.
I'm so fired up about that.
You
dude.
should.
Like,
you should.
And then his parents used to be season ticket holders or grandparents or something to the Coliseum in Oakland. Hell of a story. Yeah. But I mean, you think about it. We got Brock Bowers, round one. That's the round two. You alluded to it already. Jackson Powers Johnson, center out of Oregon. I'm really pumped about that. I think he's just a gritty, hard-nosed player. Obviously, we got to center and Andre James. I think we'll kick him out to right guard to solidify that right guard. I think he's a day one starter at guard position, and then maybe down the road we'll shift him into center when we get rid of Andre James. But we did just re-up him. Third round, I felt like this is the first time we really reached just for need. And that was when we took Delmar Glaze, tackle out of Maryland. I just thought we might have reached there just because I'm not saying he doesn't have the intangibles and talent. I just think he's going to be more work in progress. I don't think he's going to start day one. I think Thayer Munford's going to start at right tackle, or maybe Pete that we just signed, something like that. But then round 4, we went corner. We went defense for the first time in the draft. That's when we got DeCamerion Richardson. He's from Mississippi State. Everything I watched on him and that I've seen on him, I'm pretty happy with. I think Pat Graham can make a dog out of him. I think he can sort of be like an Amik Robertson type player. We just lost Amik to the Lions. And then round 5, I got juiced about this. We needed linebacker depth. And this guy reminds me of Robert Spillane, Tommy Eichenberg.
Oh,
I'm a huge Ohio State fan, watch every game, and every time I put on Ohio State, he's out there making a play in the middle of the field.
Hell yeah.
He's got a nose for the football. Huge fan of this kid. I know he had an injury issue and maybe a little undersized, but I don't know how he slipped to round 5. I think that was a steal at round 5. Then round 6, we got the leading receptions for running back, Dylan Labe from New Hampshire.
Okay.
I think we're going to use, with that system that we have now coming in with Luke Getsky, I do think we're going to use running back a good bit more with screens and things. So I think he got a potential I think he can maybe fill in at third down running back or something like that. So he'll be a special teamer for sure. Same thing with Tommy Eichenberg, special teamer, and then Trey Taylor, safety out of Air Force, and
Love it.
MJ Devonshire, cornerback out of Pittsburgh. The last 2 picks, round 7. I really like. I overall, I thought the draft. I'm gonna say we had a B, B plus. This is probably the best draft. Now it's got to work out on the field. It's got to work out on the grass. I get that, but I think this is and I know I bashed from the first pick that we took with Bowers. I wasn't trying to. I just at that point in time, ego was still hurt. We didn't get Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%.
But
that's tough. That's tough.
Other than that, though, like I thought we knocked this draft out of the park. Out of the pod.
Hey,
yeah, out of the pod.
Oh yeah.
I thought we did.
I think that's our next home run special.
There you go.
Home run derby special.
Yeah,
I love that.
But no, I thought we knocked it out of the park, and I'm pretty happy with our picks. And so, shout out to the scouts, the GMs. Just AP. I think he had a lot to do with this. I think his input was definitely heard. So, shout out to everybody that made this happen. I thought it was one of the better drafts. And Telesco, I gave him shit round 1, but good draft overall.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
I love it. I love it. Great job by the Raiders. I'll tell you, you guys just need to build. And I think you did. You can't. It's all about who you got already when you go into the draft or who you can potentially acquire, right? I know it sounded a little dumb, a little open, but that's the reality of it. Because sometimes people just fall in your lap and, everybody's worried about this, that, or the other. And then within that, you end up getting the guy you wanted. And so, like, that's kind of how it went with the Steelers, man. Like, a few times they fell. I mean, the guys just fell in their laps, I mean, I was totally unaware. I know we brought him up in our previous pre-draft first round mock, and the tackle out of Washington, Troy Fautanu. He's a dude. Dude looks athletic as fuck. Had no idea. Just like he could play guard. They said, which honestly, put him at right tackle, keep him at right tackle, move Broderick to left, and I'm excited about the fact that he's a mauler, and that's what the Steelers actually did in this draft. They went after maulers, dude. So they went after him at the 20th overall pick, and probably not the best tackle in the draft, but we got a guy that's physical and he's mobile. Like it's a new age on NFL. If you got a guy that can
my favorite pick was round 2 for you guys.
Oh, dude, yeah, super excited about that. We're talking about our hometown hero, Zach Frazier, the center, which we needed. We desperately needed a center. All right, that's just what the Steelers can crank out centers like the Packers can crank out quarterbacks, man. Webster, Pouncey. Well, oh my God, why am I splitting on his name? The Dawson, Dermontti Dawson, right? I said Pouncey, and of course now, Zach Frazier, man, West Virginia, WVU, baby, Mountaineers, let's go Mountaineers, baby, center, and everyone said it. He's a wrestler. Again, a guy that can move people, athletic, quick on his feet. He can hold himself on his frame. The guy's gonna be able to move. And center's the hardest position. People want to pay big money to the blind side. Sure, they're going against guys that can move like Von Miller, but to be able to snap the ball and have a guy that's at least your size right on top of you, soon as it's like playing center. Kyle, that's tough shit. That's tough.
Yeah. I did it for a long time.
Man, you're getting smacked. The moment you snap it, you're getting smacked. And this guy's gonna be a good one. I'm super excited. But moving forward here, a guy that just fit the mold of a Steeler player. All right. And again, like I didn't watch day 2. I didn't. But, I was keeping my notifications on, everything like that. I'm talking about Roman Wilson here. out of Michigan, and a guy that's a glue guy, and he played slot wide receiver. He was one of the deep. It's funny, not to the same caliber. Michigan had a similar receiving core or a mirrored receiving core of like an Alabama or an Ohio State. Like they had 4 guys that could play, and I never really paid attention to Roman Wilson until they showed stats. And I'm telling you, what a guy that can just go up and get it. Not the biggest dude, but catches like a Steeler. I'm excited about it. If people know what I'm talking, people out there, Steel the Nation, you know what I'm talking about. And
Again, no, one nation. There's only one nation.
Steeler country. I apologize. Right? Yeah, I got you. But again, dude, we're just Omar Khan. You and I never talked about how much we were going to talk about what team, whether it was the Raiders or the Steelers. We never talk about that because again, we kind of did it on news, and for the longest time, especially between the two of us, Raiders only had news, and then Omar Khan showed up. He got in charge, and she got crazy, and this number 3, this 3rd round pick is probably the best one out of all of the picks that I mentioned so far. We needed a guy. Like we went out and got Patrick Queen this year. Cool. He's still young. He's proven he's a Pro Bowler, but we got a guy that could fill a hole in the middle of the defense. And Patrick Queen played good in a tandem. That's what he did in LSU. That's what he did when he finally started seeing some Pro Bowls at Baltimore, and that's what he's going to get here, man. We got inside linebacker Peyton Wilson out of NC State, the fastest linebacker in the draft. The guy can cover ground. He's a tackling machine. We like every defense needs a tackling machine, the linebacker. Period.
The only thing that concerns me is no ACL.
That's fine. Hey, he's fast. Listen, we'll take what we can get. All right, the one that we got right got hurt, and everybody else was a big one of these.
No,
so
right.
We need a guy, and if it means that he got one less ACL than every other linebacker in the league, that's cool. I'll take that. Peyton Wilson, pretty excited about that. But they were very grit and interior focused in this draft, man. They come back in the 4th round. Mason McCormick, Georgia, Mason McCormick, guard out of South Dakota State. To be honest with you, man, another mauler, just a big body guard. And our offensive line was better last year, but he could probably find his way onto the team or on the starting line. I think we still have Daniels at right guard. Maybe he'll be out. Maybe he'll get an opportunity. Dan Moore's out. He's a backup guy that's shifted around, but basically ended up being our tackle. But, who knows how it goes, man. Who knows how it goes. But I like me some Mason McCormick. Big bodyguard, dude. That's how they are. That's how they are in the new NFL, man. Thin, mobile tackles, and beefy guards.
Beefy.
Yeah, but with our 6th round pick of 178, we actually acquired this through Arizona and Carolina. That's what it says here, and we got Logan Lee from Iowa, defensive lineman, and then we got Ryan Watts from Texas, is both in the 6th round. And honestly, man, yeah, special teamers, right? They're going to be on PAT block and kickoff return, maybe on kickoff. Especially with the new kickoff, maybe Ryan Watts will have a chance to make it on this team. We could always use another corner. If we find a guy in the 6th round, hallelujah. But, hey, I'm excited about the new kickoff rule. I hate the tackling. It's going to suck because I'll tell you, it's a perfect opportunity to have a slide tackle. So, see how the fuck that'll happen, huh? Man.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty pumped about these new kickoff rules. I think there's going to be more returns, which is good for the game. I hated the thought about getting rid of it. I thought that would have sucked, but yeah, I'm pretty pumped to see what happens.
Yeah. That's I'll be excited. I'll be excited to see how it happens. But let's get into our final. Let's get into our final topic of the night. All right, this was a big, not non-sports function, but sports related. And Kyle, you were watching it earlier. I still haven't watched the whole thing. I've been watching clips, but I'm talking about the Tom Brady roast here, man. Wow, what a
Literally,
wild, like especially for the clips I've seen. What a crazy show. What an attempt Tom Brady did there. I can't, all the credit in the world. The dude, all he's ever done was one, so who cares, right? And crazy.
probably
Crazy from what I've seen.
probably the best roast I've seen. It's been a couple years since there's been a roast, but dude, they were throwing haymakers the whole time at Tom. Tom was taking them on the chin. Give him credit. They threw haymakers at Bill and Gronk all night. A little bit at Kraft. Yeah, dude, it was legendary. I still got 1 hour left to watch. I didn't make it. I didn't get to watch the entire thing all the way through yet, but I'll be completely honest. I think Sam K, comedian, did really well. I think Nikki Glazer did really well, and Tony Hinchcliffe. I thought they were freaking hilarious.
Oh, dude, yeah. No, I love me some Nikki Glazer. Actually, this is the clip that I have for you. It's I got 2 clips from the whole thing, and it's just the best thing about roasts is that that's the Jerry Seinfeld was talking some nonsense about how it's the woke media's fault for why comedy ain't good no more. I mean, I'm pretty sure they kind of both coexisted, just comedy's not being the same. But anyway, with that being said, roasts are still well and alive. Like they're safe. They're good to go, right? Would you say so?
Yeah. What I would
Yeah.
say is, if you're part of cancel culture, you wouldn't have found this funny.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah. So here's some of the great Nikki Glazer. Yeah, if I can just learn how to. See. Oh my god. He liked that one.
she was on fire.
Relentless, man.
Yeah,
Incredible.
she was fired.
Incredible. And how many players do you think actually did participate in the roast?
Hold on, let me count these up. I've seen. So the 2 hours I watched, there was 4, I believe, and then Bill.
Magic legs.
You said 4?
Yeah, there was 4, and then Bill.
Wow. Yeah, so I saw parts of Gronk and I saw parts of Julian Edelman's, and I'll show you Edelman's because I love his podcast, the Games with Names. They do a good job. Show about certain dates in games, in football history. I fuck with that. But yeah, here's Julian Edelman. I'll tell you the funny part is that he says, "Think about it."
Yeah, like we don't know who he's talking about.
It's fucking terrible. But it's just like, hey, my God. But yeah, hey, Tom Brady finding ways to make some money,
Yeah.
man. I can only imagine how many people tuned in. Was that live?
It was live. Yeah, they did it live. I think it was the
It
first
was
race
live.
ever
See,
they did
okay.
live. Yeah. So,
Wow. See, that's
dude, it was incredible.
hell of a job.
Like, it was incredible. Kevin Hart was definitely getting a little drunk towards the end.
Of course.
He was bashing Brady the whole night. Kevin Hart's funny as hell. He's one of my favorite comedians.
Oh, I love Kevin Hart too. I love Kevin Hart.
But yeah, he was just insane. And then you have Jeff Ross come out and OJ Simpson customized jersey, like it had like flames in it had like flames in the numbers, and it said roast J Simpson on the back. And he was like, I just came from hell. And he had the gloves on, and he took the gloves off and said, if the gloves don't fit, I don't know what it was funny. It wasn't, you must have quit. It was like, shit's about to get real or something like that. If the gloves don't fit, I don't know.
That's so good.
But yeah. And then he made fun of Robert Kraft and the massage. And yeah, Tom Brady came up at that time and said, don't say that again. So it must have, Kraft must be sensitive about the masseuses out there again.
Yeah, I gotta watch the full thing, man. It looks good. No,
Yeah,
it looks so good, man.
It was great.
Now, after him being roasted, do you still want him to be your quarterback?
I don't care if he's my quarterback. It's let's see what we got with Gardner Minshew and Aiden O'Connell, because that's who we're going with. But if we're going to the playoffs and injury happened, why not put the GOAT in there and win a Super Bowl? That's all I'm saying.
I get it. If he goes in, he can only wear one bar. Okay, he got to look gold. That's what he got to do. He got to look gold.
Yeah, I mean, it's not, I'm not going to hate on, he's the GOAT. He's the greatest of all time. I don't care what anybody, before I was sticking up for Montana in that respect, but I mean, 7 rings. Like I said, I don't normally judge people on 7 rings, but when I seen him go to Tampa Bay and win another ring, I'm like, yeah, he's the GOAT. It's not all about, it's not Bill making Tom this good. It's Tom being this good.
Yeah, but I will say, man, hey, Peyton went 2 on his other team. Tom only went to 1. No matter how embarrassing that Super Bowl was
Peyton going through a divorce?
No.
Well, a lot of personal shit was going on in his life.
Peyton he takes care of himself. That's what he does.
Well,
of course, Tom does as well.
People out there, like, that was another thing that they were bashing him about, was the divorce and stuff, which is funny to laugh at now and things. But like during that time, I don't care if it was mutual or not.
Oh, it ruined him.
I'm sure he had a lot of shit going on personally, and it fucked with him a little bit. And I also don't. To me, that team, the whole year looked out of sorts. When they lost Bruce, they just looked out of sorts.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's
but
tough. And well, nothing against Todd Bowles. That's post. Well, when they attempted, they re-signed the entire team. the starters on both sides of the ball. First time ever to do that. And you'd really think that could, bring another Super Bowl win. And they were 1 game away. Right? They're 1 game away. And no, 2 games away, right?
Yeah.
That was divisional. That was, a hell of a divisional game. But, reality of it, they were close. The team that beat them won. They won it all. That's like the worst, best loss you could have. But, yeah, again, losing the guys that you re-signed the following year, so year 3, Bruce Arians is gone, Todd Bowles, divorce, boom. It's a master for disaster. The fact that they made it to the playoffs, only for a first-round exit, tells you, Tom Brady's everything that we thought it was, period. Dennis Green, RIP. So,
you got to think about this, too. There's only one time he missed any time, like in a game.
Yeah.
Well, okay, there was 2. The Deflategate he got suspended for, but I'm talking about health-wise. It was the knee injury when they were playing Kansas City week 1.
Yeah,
and,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I just, and we should have known then. Like, the Patriots didn't make the playoffs that year with Matt Castle, so we should have known. Yeah, they were close, but we should have known then that maybe it ain't Bill, maybe it is Tom.
10-5. 10-5.
But no, it was 10-6.
My fault. Yeah, they're 10. They were 10-5 at one point in time.
Yeah,
clearly. So, I'm sorry.
But still, it's insane to think 10-6 don't get you in the playoffs.
Yeah, well, sometimes it does, sometimes it don't. Steelers made it.
Yeah. How'd that work out?
What's that?
How'd that work out?
Oh, first round exit. It's funny enough, Kyle, setting up all my fun stuff here, my computer stuff and whatnot. They actually were playing the Bills Steelers playoff game, and I was shouting the same fucking way we were when we were doing the live stream, man. I was so pissed. I was just like, come on. And I was like, okay, hey, Mason Rudolph, hey, good luck to you, brother. And just glad I wasn't Pickett. And a loss sucks, but glad I wasn't Pickett. And again, I will take this to the grave. People want to compare that guy to Ben Roethlisberger, and you know what? They would have threw Ben on a fucking stretcher on the field, and he would have played football. The fact that they were like, Kenny, maybe you should get healthy, get 100%. He was 100% from after the first week being hurt, and he wasn't good. See ya.
I just wish you'd stop throwing Kenny Pickett's name in and like that. I just don't think it's nice.
Listen, the fact that you throw the Raiders in every goddamn game, every episode, and we got a Raider rant now. We got a nice little soundbite for you. That's what I'm gonna keep doing. All right, your Raider rant. I Kenny Pickett, especially because he's gone. Kenny Pickett's gone, and it's hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. But as we wrap this up, Kyle, do you want to? You got anything else that you'd like to deliver?
Been thinking a lot about this.
Yeah.
There's times where I wake up in the morning for work and I just can't get going. Like, you know how that is.
I got it.
And I gotta get my powder, my W powder. Gotta put it in my tumbler that I got here. And I gotta get that little burst of energy. So with that being said, no matter if you're tired at work, maybe you need a little bit of juice for the gym, or maybe you just had a hell of a weekend partying and you need some rehydration, W.GG has you covered. They have the rehydration powder and they also have the energy powder. So go to W.GG, select your whatever you want to buy, and go to the code and type in 2K, 4K, that's the number 2, lowercase k, the number 4, lowercase k. You have to put it in like that to get your discount. But go and get your W powder and or your W merch and tell them 2K, 4K sent you and get your discount and help us out while we help them out.
Yeah, and eventually we'll have our own merch. So maybe when you get that stuff from Dubby, what you do is you take a picture of it, all right, and post it and at
Yeah.
Dubby, and then add us to the 2K 4K pod, where whatever social media you want to do it on, and maybe we'll send you something out. Kyle and I've been cooking. We got something in the kitchen, and it's a slow boil, all right, but it's like gumbo when you let it, get a roux, get going. It'll be all right. Slow and steady, right, Kyle?
Slow and steady. Hey,
Slow and steady.
that wins the race too.
Yeah, so please go to w.gg, put in 2K 4K at the offer code, get your discount, get your powder, get your hydration, get your energy, get your cup, all right, get your shaker bottle, get your
Your shirt.
get your shirt.
They got
Dubby,
6 shirts.
beautiful. Dubby, not from Dub V, but the brand is Dubby.
Yeah,
check it out, post it, and then add us and Dubby. We'll give you a high five and maybe you'll get something from us. You never know. We're in this for everybody.
we are. And please like, comment, share, retweet, do whatever you guys got to do. We love being able to interact with y'all too. So, if you ever want to send us a comment, we'll get back to you. Sometimes we can do it on air when everything's cooperating like it should. But yeah, like I said, this is only like 2K Kyle was saying earlier. This is only our second ever show on our new platform. So we're testing out the waters, fixing the bugs. But I feel like we're going places now.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We're going there full speed ahead, brother. 2K 4K, the one and only. We're gonna wrap it up here with a nice outro, and then we'll get it rolling here, man. But very excited for our partnership with Dubby. I appreciate all the listeners that have already got on and got some stuff and got their drink on, got their merch on. Thank you. And please keep it coming. We're very excited and honored to be a part of the Dubby family. And Mikasa Sukasa, you know what I'm saying, Dubby? So
They've been great to
thank you
work
very
with.
much. Yeah, no, they've been awesome.
to work with.
Quick on everything, and yeah, they
Yep.
didn't
Yeah, they're almost the Amazon of energy drinks. You order it on their website, they'll get it to you in a couple days.
Yeah, no, they do a fantastic job. Fantastic job. Here. There we go. All right, Amelia. Okay, this is a sports show. God damn it. Acid Rain. Hope everybody has a great Mother's Day weekend. We're going to have another show here
Yep.
right before the end of the weekend, but it's Mother's Day weekend. Have some fun. Hopefully we had all the rain in April for those that live on the East Coast, and no acid rain. No acid rain here. Unless you're going to a festival.
Yeah.
Okay.
And even if you're going to a festival, be careful what kind of acid it is. So but yeah, you brought up Mother's Day weekend.
You know what? Unless you're bringing it yourself, don't take it. That's how I feel. Unless you're bringing it yourself, don't take it.
No, that's a good point. That's a really good point.
Safety first and teamwork. I'm not taking anything. I'm just saying I'm not going to a festival. So those that do.
So before we head out, you mentioned Mother's Day. I just want to shout out this real quick to the great Willie Brown. He used to announce a pick once a year for the Raiders in the draft, and back then the draft was I think it's about the way it is now, like a couple weeks before Mother's Day, and he would always basically say, Mother's Day is right around the corner. Don't forget to call up your mom and tell them how much you love them. Be nice to your mom. Give them a hug. Take them out to dinner. That's what I'm doing with my mom and my mother-in-law. So yeah, just enjoy being around them because you never know when it's going to be all gone. So make sure
Yeah,
you call her
no,
up and tell her you love her.
I totally agree. I'm gonna be doing a late Mother's Day with my mom. Just how it goes. Setting up plans, not really knowing what day they fall on when you set them up in ahead of time, and here we are and falling right on Mother's Day. But it is what it is. I'll be out of the area code and I'll be back. But when I get back, I'll spend time with my mom. I'll call her on Mother's Day, tell her I love her, which I do very much. And yeah, that's the best I can do.
And
Again,
for
shit happens. Things fall on wild days sometimes.
all the fur baby moms out there, happy Mother's Day. You guys count too. If it wasn't for you, dogs wouldn't have homes, cats wouldn't have homes, just animals in general wouldn't have homes. So shout out to you for all you do for your fur babies. 2K Kyle, my wife and I like to adopt, don't shop, adopt.
Absolutely.
We got
Adopt.
we got 5 rescues, 5 rescue dogs. I'm allergic to cats, so unfortunately I can't get a cat, but got 5
I think you're okay. You're all right. You're
5
not missing out.
Yeah, 5 rescued dogs, 2 rescued hamsters, and about 50 some rescued finches. So yeah, adopt, don't shop.
God love you. We got our one. We got our one Rosie Poo. She's the best. She's our fur baby. And yeah, no, shout out to all the mamas out there. Oh shit. That's great. I just bumped my head on the fucking mic. That's beautiful. But hey,
Don't ever be scared.
don't ever be scared. And so yeah, I'm 2K Kyle. That is 4K Jones. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and like and subscribe on anything that you saw here in terms of whatever live stream you're looking at. Like us, follow us, check us out, turn the notifications on, please. And
Yes.
yeah, be a part of the conversation, guys. And
And
thank
go
you,
to
Dubby.
Yes, go to w.gg, promo code 2K4K. The number 2, lowercase k, number 4, lowercase k. I say this a lot because I want you all to get your discounts that you so rightfully deserve.
100%. And you get a discount, you help us to win-win. You guys are tired, you guys are thirsty. Get your hydration, get your energy. Go to Dubby, check it out. It's worth it.
And if you're
Ooh,
the type of person that don't believe in
sweet.
the drinks, they still have awesome merch. They got an awesome tumbler. Keep your drink nice and cold.
100%. Great tumbler. Can't wait till mine comes in.
Yeah,
It's
I
on
can't
its
even-
way. But yeah, thank you everybody for tuning in. I'm 2K Kyle.
4K Jones, one love.